So, we're going to be talking about companies. So there's Nike, teams that they sponsor a lot.
They sponsor a lot of teams.
Barcelona, Chelsea, Manchester City. They also sponsor a lot of players. Cristiano Ronaldo is their poster boy. Neymar Jr., Eden Hazard. They make everything in the game.
They make balls, they make kits, they make shin guards, gloves, everything you can imagine.
Everything you can think of.
Yeah, they make everything. The one criticism they generally fall on
with their kits
is with their kits. The Nike kits that are made for like top level teams are generally all the same.
Yes.
And at least within like the last 5 years, Nike's just like made all the kits the same and then just changed the colors, which makes it not exciting.
Yeah.
But safe, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, they're just, I mean, Nike's massive. If you don't know who Nike is, then, I mean...
They make a lot of boots. They have, one of the criticisms with their boots is that they have so many. They all claim to do different things. Speed, touch, control,
right,
and agility.
Yeah.
But relatively, they're all pretty much the same.
Nike typically markets their boots towards attacking offensive players. So like Neymar, Cristiano, Hazard, they're all attackers. They all have their like signature boots, and they all claim to be light and quick and agile, but it's just really they're just kind of just like thin and like meant to be just super tight on your foot.
Cheap.
And they usually don't last. Cheap. Then you have Adidas. Their primary like focus as a company is to produce football items. That's how they started. Germany's all about football, and they're a German company. So they make balls, boots, bags, everything you can think of, kits.
Yeah,
and
everything
they
that
sponsor,
Nike makes.
and they sponsor the big boys too.
Yeah.
Kind of like poetically, they sponsor Leo Messi. So it's like Nike, Cristiano, Leo Messi, Adidas. They produce the balls for some of the big tournaments, like the World Cup and the Champions League.
With their boots, essentially, they kind of took the opposite approach that Nike had. They took all of their boot line down and only came out with the X and the Ace. Mm-hmm. They now have brought in the Nemesis, which is like speed, control, and agility,
right,
which I think is a little redundant. But they're also the first company to give a player his own shoe. Like Cristiano Ronaldo has his own Mercurial shoe, but Messi has his own shoe.
Yeah, it's like the Messi whatever year it is, like 17, 16.
Nike probably has more athletes than Adidas does.
Yes.
But Adidas definitely has a lot of athletes.
Definitely. I mean, they have Messi for one. Mesut Ozil, yeah.
Theo Walcott.
David Beckham. When he was playing, he had one of the biggest influences. One of the biggest influences in the popularity of Adidas. He came out with a shoe called the Predators. They were massive in the soccer world, and obviously because David Beckham's massive, that both of those products.
What a man!
Right. So they've got big names, they've got good stuff, and they make everything for pretty much everyone. So what are their criticisms?
They're German. They don't have any. Sometimes their kits aren't exactly that cool. Yeah. They're a little ugly sometimes.
Sometimes they're a little ugly, but they're at least different.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate. I think most people appreciate. Next, Puma. Puma is kind of like a smaller version of Adidas, but I think they're more spread out in terms of what they produce for. They don't focus solely on football. They've done motorsports. They've done
motorsports.
What else have they done?
Faster. Notable Puma athletes: Cesc Fabregas.
Right, Cesc Fabregas, Sergio
Aguero, Hector Bellerin, Marco Reus.
Usain Bolt. Puma's kind of all about being the lightest.
I know they had like that type of shoe where like you can only wear it for 4 games.
Yeah, and then you have to use a different shoe. You'd find like Nike has the most amount of different cleats.
Definitely, yeah.
Different. And then the Adidas has like 4 or 5. But then Puma has like maybe one. They're not really like all about breadth. They're just kind of specific niche markets, if you will.
I think one of their biggest criticisms is shirts are too goddamn tight.
Yeah.
It's a little ridiculous.
I mean, if you look at Arsenal within the last 2 years when they switched to Puma,
too much.
It's way too tight.
Too much.
That's the biggest criticism.
It's getting better, but it's still got a long ways to go.
it's like another purpose. It's like skin.
It is like skin.
It's skin
They're
tight.
too much like base layers.
And like these football players are in shape.
Yeah.
But we don't really need to know how in shape they are.
I don't need to see your nipples.
And then you have kind of like the outer fringes of companies, kind of like Fila, and like all the others kind of like older brands that aren't really made anymore. I mean, Nike and Adidas, once those two companies kind of infiltrate your sport,
it's over.
It's kind of over.
There were a couple companies who were kind of creeping in. Under Armour was kind of creeping in.
Under Armour creeps in.
New Balance was kind of creeping in. But Tottenham is now sponsored by Nike.
Yeah, and Liverpool...
Still New Balance.
It's still New Balance, but, I mean, I think that'll change probably soon. Again, like I said, once Nike and Adidas move in...
It's a wrap.
It's kind of over. So, yeah, that's kind of what the companies do. They make balls, kits, boots. Those are the big three products, really. That's the teams. I mean, that's the companies. I mean, that's the teams. And that's it. So we'll see you next time.
Don't say that.
Load faster, you son of a bitch.